Just a minute. Okay. So we saw some things from reactive from yesterday. Now one more major topic is remaining, that is one-to-many relationship form. So what do we mean when we have, let's say, one-to-one? What will be one-to-one and what will be one-to-many? Hmm.
One to many means if user, right, customer who is having more than one mobile number.
Right. So that will be one-to-many. Okay. One customer
Many.
is having multiple mobile number. What else? Customer with
uh, a
multiple
primary key,
mobiles. Hmm.
if one table primary key is using more than another tables as a foreign key.
But with multiple. For one
I'm saying
primary
that
key, we should have multiple data in another table, correct? So I'm asking scenarios. You are correct from the database. But what else? Scenarios. Just like customer with multiple mobile. What else?
One
Like
batch with multiple candidates.
batch with multiple candidate. What else? Customer with multiple orders. Correct? One customer will have multiple orders, no?
Yeah.
Employee with multiple skills. One employee will have multiple skill. Employee with multiple family members. Correct? Understood? One to many.
Yes.
Now what will be one to one?
Email, right?
Email means
Means when employee log in, right?
mm,
He has that one email only through which he is logging the
no,
system.
no. See, one to one and one to many means it's the mapping of data. Okay. For one something, we have multiple related data, so that will be one to many. This is clear why we are calling all these scenarios with one to many.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So object will be like you will have a customer object. Inside that object, you will have mobile, and in mobile, you will have array. Here also, you will have batch. Inside batch object, you will have candidate, and in candidate, you will get multiple candidate. Try to imagine that JSON. Just like that, one to one means, let's say you have a customer object. But in customer object, you will have an address field, and in address field, you will have a nested object for storing object. Instead of storing object, it's a single information only. But instead of storing that in a single parent object, we are providing it in a nested object. So when we talk about from the database perspective, customer details are stored in a separate thing. But even though his address is single only, but that address detail we save it into the different table. Means dividing one table into multiple. Okay. Just like contact information. One customer will have one contact information, his personal email address, company email address, mobile number, alternate mobile number. Okay. So in customer table, we will just store the remaining customer data, but his contact detail, we will store it into the contact table. So that is one to one. Means for one entity, we will have one information only. But in the other case, one customer can have multiple addresses, so then that will fall under one to many also. Understood? What is one to one and what is one to many? Clear or no? Forget about one to one, but at least one to many is clear. This
yes,
is
clear.
important for us.
Yes.
Okay. Now, so we are going to take an example of employee with family. Let's say you are working on an employee management application. There you have an employee form. Okay. Now in your employee form, from API, you are getting an object like you have employee form, the employee object, then family field is there, and in the family field, you have to pass the family array. Okay. Let's use ChatGPT to create the UI. My object will be like this. Let's say, let's use employee obj. Let's say you have object like this, name something, ID something, city something, state something. Then you have family. In family you have array, and inside that again you have name something, relation something, age something. This is one family detail, comma, second, comma, third. I'm talking about this object. Okay. So if your API if let's say you're working on a post API, okay. And if your API is like this, where you need to pass some single detail, and in one object, in one property, you have to pass an array of family. So this is one to many. Are you able to imagine now what is one to many?
Yes, some insurance site, for example, right? Company insurance site. So we add the dependents.
Right, dependence, right? So many scenarios are there. For one object, we will have something multiple. So in that case, this is the object which you will work with. Clear? Now let's say you have a API where post API you need to pass data like this. So you need the form also like this, where you can add multiple family member. This is not static. Now one can have two family member, one can have four, one can have five. This is dynamic, right? So this will be your static section, fixed section, but this will be dynamic. You can add multiple family. So we need a UI also like that. Okay, let's create component till then. Or I will ask ChatGPT to create the UI. So now this is my object. Now we have to provide the context. So I am working on employee app where this is employee object. I need UI design for this form, where now families remaining field are very easy. You don't need anything in that. But family should be like, I should have, let it create, then you will understand. Where I need row column 5, I will have family, sorry, in first column I will have employee fields. In call 7 I will have family form, which will be multiple one by below with add button. If I click on add, let it be, otherwise it will provide JavaScript code. Use Bootstrap to design this. Don't provide JS or Angular code. Right? Let it create. We will create the UI. ng generate component reactive advanced multiple. Copy. See, getting it? Like this UI. So this will be your single data. And here, now as we have asked it to create multiple, so it has created, but it will be, here we will have add button. By default, only one family detail will be visible. If we click on add, another form should be populate. If we click on add, another form should populate. Trying to imagine it?
Yeah, this field will get repeated, right?
Repeated. All this form, family section, this whole section will get repeated on click of this add button. Okay. Let's add the add button also, then you will able to imagine. Okay. So stack SU BTN. So initially we will just have one family form. If I click on add new, another will come. If I click on add new, another will come, like that. Understood? So if you have a object, where is the object? If you have API object like this, so you need a UI like this. Clear? Understood? Yes or no? Because in your employee object, in this you have multiple data. So you need a UI also like that, where you can pass multiple data. So you have multiple family form, and on click of save, from using this form, your object should be like this, where you have single family detail and family array, you will have multiple data of the family. Clear? Understood or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you work on the big project, you will have, this is very common scenario. Okay. Anyone have, in your project you have done like this?
Banking project. No, sorry, insurance project, right?
Anywhere. It's not like banking. Every project should have a scenario like this. Okay. Fine. Now, how do we do that in, now same, this form we can do it in our template form also and reactive form also. But in template form, there are multiple ways to do this because it's a custom code. We don't have a definite way to complete this. But in reactive form, they have provided form array by which we can do it very easily. And it's the only way you can do it. Okay. So let's see that now. Okay. Now you have to create the employee form. Oh, let's yeah, this. Now I have to create the employee form first. Okay. So reactive form model we will import employee,
Using form builder.
anything. Form group is equal to new form group, bracket, curly bracket. Form group, form builder, anything you can do. Okay. Now, so we will create a function, create or initialize form. Okay. This dot employee form is equal to new form group, round bracket, curly bracket. Now, what are the single property you have? Single properties are employee ID. Okay. EMP ID colon new form control. Let's say we will initialize with 0 name, emp name. Mobile, new form control. Let me set state, city and state. City, state, new form control. Okay. Now all these fields are your single field. Now one more control we will create, family list. But here we have to store array of means array of form group, because this is another form na. See, this is one more form, right? You have to create another array of means array of form group. Getting it? This is single form, right? If you say this till now, this is your single form, one form group. But if you have multiple form groups, so you have to store the array of form group. Getting it? So for that, you have in this you have to store what do we say? Array of form group. Okay. So new form array round bracket empty. So see, in employee form, employee ID is a control. This is also control. This is also control. This is also control. But here in employee in family list, we are storing form array. So form array is a data type, means multiple form group. Whenever you have to store the multiple form group, what you will create? Form array. Okay. Now, initially we need one family member form by default populated, right? Okay. So for that, we will create one more method. Add family form. Okay. Now here we will create a local form. Constant family form is equal to new form group, round bracket, curly bracket. What things we have? Name, relative name, new form control. So I'm just creating the form group for family. Okay. Age, relation. Okay. Here we created a family group. Now this family form, this form we have to push over here. Okay. Now, so in my employee form, I have a family list. In this control, I need to push this created family form. So we cannot do directly like this. This dot employee form dot controls square bracket single quote your family list. See, I'm not getting any add method. Okay, means to push it, we have a add method, but here we are not getting add method. Okay, we selected a specific control, but it is not allowing to add. Okay, but if we add, if we store this in a different variable, family data is equal to, and if we provide data type to this, whatever we selected over here, what do we got over here? What I have selected, what is the data type of this?
Form array.
No. Okay, let's say here if I have city. Now what I got?
String.
No.
Form group.
No, control na. See, in this property what we have stored?
Control.
Control.
Form
So we
control.
got specific control. Okay. Just like that, here if we have the family list, it doesn't understand what it is. It's a control because from your reactive form, you are selecting a specific control. Now here you have to explicitly say that it has it in this control we are allowing to store form group. So as form array, we are providing a data type. Okay. Now you see on this family data dot add or what? Push. Okay, push. Now you can push this family form over here. Okay. So you have selected your family control list, provided the data type like, because it doesn't understand reactive form does, even though you cleared it, defined it over here that in this control what you have form array, but it doesn't understand that. See, again we will try that. If I remove this and if I directly try dot over here, push, it's not coming. Right? But we have to explicitly explain in this control I have a form array. So we provide a data type like this. Then here you are able to use the push method. So we created a reactive form with empty form array. Then we created a function, and in this function we have created a family form, and that family form we push to this family list. And this function we will call it once our form is initialized. So by default, once employee form is initialized, one family form will get pushed over here. Okay. Now in constructor, we will call this function, this dot initialize form. Okay. Understood till now? This is what basic code. Clear till now?
One doubt, like,
Yeah.
suppose
What?
in UA some fields are there. In that below, there is a grid, sir.
Where is
So in that scenario also we can use this form array concept. Means
means
grid,
if
it will save multiple data.
sometimes on click of add we add it in the table that you are saying, no? Instead of
Suppose
not
here,
having multiple form, on click of add we add this in a table, right?
sir, form details is like a grid system.
No, no. You are saying grid means table. You are saying, no?
Sir,
Or
in
what?
that we can add multiple family members also.
Yeah, means table. Instead of having this normal form, you will have a table with text boxes. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So same thing. Structure can be anything, na? Either you will have this card, or you will have this in a TR table, table TR.
Yes, sir. Finally,
Okay?
it will save multiple data.
Right. Yeah. Design is different. You are saying the multiple way of entering data into the table. Here you
Yes,
have
sir.
on click of add, you are creating multiple divs. Okay? Just the UI
Yes.
changes.
Okay.
Okay? Now,
Mhm.
so at the top, where is the form? So here we will add a form tag. So this form tag will close after the button. Okay. Now on this form tag, we have to add our form group. Our form name is employee form. It will go over here. Now, so our normal, the static one, single one data. Form controller name is equal to, here you have to add your control name. For state, city, EMP ID. Okay. So whatever the single fields are there that you binded. Now, here. So if you see, this card is getting repeated. That's how you are getting multiple thing. Okay. So now we don't need this multiple. We are going to iterate. Okay. Now, so this section, this column is your nested form, means not nested, the family list. Okay. So here you have to add form array name equal to, what is your form array name? Family list. Here you will add your form array name. Okay. So this is your single section. In this section, in this div, you have your dynamic form, na? So any to the parent div, you can add your form array name, whatever the name you have given it over here. Then
Instead
you
of
need
control,
to,
use
huh?
that form.
Sorry,
Uh, on the top, we can use that form control name. Here we can use
here
the
form
array.
group, the parent form name here.
No, here it is fine. But family member, in family member, we use that form array name now.
In family, yeah, this family, whatever the control name you have. Okay, because this is all inside a form. Again, you have a form, na? So that is we have to separate. Okay. Now this card should be repeated. What on which array it will repeat? How many controls you have it over here? Okay. Now you have to iterate on this, but you cannot directly access it like over here. So we create a get method. So get family get family list, or let's emp family list this dot whatever we have basically written, we need the access of that control. Okay. So we create this getter function is there. It's like a function only, but it will act as a property, like a normal variable. So we created a function. What it is returning? Specific control. From your employee form, it is returning the control. Now this function, we can use it over here. At the rate for let's go with ng form. Star ng for equal to let family form of your method. Why it is giving error? Dot controls. Okay. So see, we created a getter function. What we are returning? Just the specific control, our family control. Okay. And that we are using it over here on the for loop. Okay. Now we are going to iterate our form, the family form div on the controls. Okay. So now you see, I will let it be like that. And we have this add button. Okay. On click of add button, we have to call which function? This, because on click of add, we have to add multiple form section. Na? So see now. By default, we have one. If I click on add, see, getting it? So what we are doing on click of add, we are creating a form group for the family, and that form group, we are pushing it to our family list. And that only we are returning over here. And on that, we are iterating whatever the controls we have. So this section is getting repeated again and again. Clear? See.
Yes.
Okay. Now, then this is your another form. So here also we have to specify the form group name so that every instance of this dynamic form should be identifiable as a separate. So here you have to use form group name. Form group name equal to. Now we don't have a form group name over here, right? Because this is dynamic form. So here you can just use the index. Here let SR equal to, we just need to provide something. So SR we provide over here. Square bracket. Okay. So that each form which is dynamic should be identifiable as a different form group. Okay. So we have to add this. Then on every control, we have to add form controller name. What you will add it over here? Which control name you will add it over here? This one.
Relative.
Right? Relative form, relative name. Age and relation. Okay. Let's see now. And on click of save, we will try to extract the object also. Okay. Click on save AMP. Let's create this constant form value is equal to this dot employee form dot value. Let's say Chetan, employee ID 1122, Pune, Maharashtra, let's say. Add new, Mr. One more family wedding. Okay. Now on click of save, we should get the object what we need. Okay. On click of save. See, we got object what we initially said. We have got a simple object where we have single detail, and in family list you got array of different whatever the data you filled that you got it. Understood? Then you can send this to your API if your API expect like this. Clear? This is your
Yes.
form array where you can have multiple form inside a single form.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will repeat what we have done. So first, if your API need data like that, so you need to create your form also like that. Okay, so like Abhishek said, like instead of having this, can we have a table also? Okay, so see, I will comment this. Design can be anything. Okay, let's say instead of having this, you need a table. So table, what is there? TR. Let's see, we have T head, TR, TH. You have name, we have relation, age. Okay, then we have T body, TR, TD. Now this text box needs to be repeated inside this TD. This is your first. Multiple TD will be there. Just form controller name will change. Okay, but this for loop should be there on the TR. Okay, let's save and check. Same behavior. Okay, see, by default you get it one. Oh, something is breaking. TR is there. What did we miss?
Form group name.
Okay, group name we forgot. So now we have TR, right? So first this we have to iterate on the another div. So we will use, or in the same TR also we can add it.
NG container we can.
Yeah, container, but I didn't explain the container yet.
Okay.
Okay, see, you're getting multiple. Understood? Design can be anything. We just have to get the list of family and we will iterate on. Abhishek, clear? Your doubt?
What are
Understood?
we passing in the form group for this multiple text box?
We are
What are we passing in the form group of this? SR? What is it? Okay,
serial
index.
number. Something unique we need to pass, na? So index we are passing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So what we did, we created an empty form group. Then we initialize our form group. Inside that form group, family list is having form array because here we are going to have multiple form group. Then we created a function, which is in that function we are creating a local form group. And this form group we are pushing into our family list. But while pushing, what we need to do, we have to provide a data type like this. Now here you can see instead this same code is over here. So we can use this also. Instead of copying it, we can directly use this also. We don't need this like this also. Okay, same thing it will happen because from this function also we are getting the instance of your family list. Okay, but let me keep it over here for now. Understood? Then this function we are calling on the page load because by default one family form should be there. If it is empty, user won't understand what is this. See, if I comment this, by default you don't get anything. Now user might get confused, but if it is already available one form, then he might relate properly. Clear now? So that's why we call this function on the once we initialize the form so that one family member form will be visible by default. Okay. Then on the HTML side, on the parent form group, we just bind the normal way. These are the static normal way. But here, the section which is dynamic, first on the parent element, you have to add the form array name. So whatever the control name you have, that you need to add it over here. Then you need a button. On click of button, you will call this function so that multiple form group will be pushed to your family list. Okay. Then here you have to iterate. So for iterating, you need the control data of family list. So we have created this get method and we are calling it over here. See, this is the function, but we didn't invoke it like this. So when you add a get, this function behaves like a property, not a function. Okay. So from that, we have to get the controls. Controls are multiple. Okay. But this is your dynamic form. So every form should be uniquely identified. So we are adding form group name and some serial number we are passing it. Okay. Then we have a text box and again form controller name, whatever the control name you have it over here, that you add it over here. And on click of save, you get the employee form. So with single form, you get single and the multiple value also. Clear? This is your form array.
Clear. So we are going to see how to add validation to these dynamic controls also today.
Yeah, dynamic we will see. But dynamic, let's not see that right now because others might not be able to understand. Okay, we will see that in the project. We will try to create a scenario where we can create a dynamic form. This is also dynamic form, but again, one more dynamic way means, see, this is static or dynamic,
Static with dynamic, like form
right?
list will
Form
be.
list is dynamic, family list is dynamic, but this is static. So when we say complete dynamic, this is also not static. This is also not there. Everything is dynamic. Add control method is there by which you can, this is statically we are adding a control, right? We have a add control method. See, this dot form dot add control. Okay. What you are adding it over here, you have a function for that. And you can create a dynamic control also by using this method. Okay. We'll see that in the project. Understood all? Dynamic form using form array. Whenever you have a example of seeing one to many, you have to go with that. Clear?
Clear.
Okay, again, just to repeat, those who are seeing Angular, learning Angular for the first time, this is very hard because so many things we are doing. Okay, those who already know little bit, you will be able to understand something. But those who are learning for the first time, at least understand the scenario when you have to use form array. Okay, clear all?
Yes.
Okay, and those who are preparing, this is very important question for you. And this is very common also. They will ask you what is form array, where we need it, what we do. Clear? Anyone? Any doubt? One more thing is there. We can remove this also. Let's say you have to remove one. You added 3 and you have to remove. But in case of remove now, I don't know. My code is wrong or what. Last time also we did. If I am removing this now, it is removing this. Means if I am trying to remove the first one, it will remove this. One after that it is removing. Anyone from the previous batch, Shekhar or someone? Shekhar. We tried like Shekhar. It was removing the next one. Did we solve that last time? Shekhar, Suraj, previous batch. Anyone?
Did you try it with the index, Chetan? Removing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it removes, even if we pass the correct index, it will remove the next one. I also didn't know why it is doing like that. I will check today. If it is working, then tomorrow I will explain that.
Okay.
Means basically here we will have a delete button. Let's say you added a family and you have to remove something. You should have a functionality to remove, na? So by passing the index, we remove an array from this. Okay. So we have a, just like push method is there, na? Just like that, dot remove at method is there, and we have to pass the index of the specific form. Okay. I will test it first, then I will explain it tomorrow. Clear all? Anyone having any doubt? What we said yesterday, I said, na, okay, I will show, apart from this, I will discuss something else. Anyone remember what I said yesterday? This thing I discussed, like form array, something else I said, na, I will cover related to reactive form.
Set value, patch value, and
That we covered, na, yesterday.
sir.
Something else
And
was.
some properties, reactive form property methods.
Mm, Okay, yeah, one more thing I forget. So,
ng submit.
ng submit, I didn't check what we get. Value changes. What is the value changes? When we have to use the value changes in reactive form? Value changes. When you will use the value changes?
When we want on a particular value change, we want some
We have to
action
write
to
some
trigger.
code, right? If any, let's say your ID is getting changed, name it is getting changed, and you want to write a code on that, you use the value changes on a specific control. Okay, I don't know the exact version, but now we can write that value changes overall the form also. Okay, so this dot employee form dot, what is that? Events only. Overall form level, okay? Save. So overall form, if there is any event triggered, either you enable, either you disable, either you add validation, either you remove validation, this event will trigger. Overall form, if anything happens, this will trigger. Okay. See now. I change the value. What is the event type? Change event. Getting it? Okay. Now, so many things will happen now. On click of add. See, still it is getting triggered. So if anything you are doing inside your form, if I change the family name, again it is triggering. Overall form event. It's not related to one control. Overall form, if anything is happening, this will trigger. Understood? If you enable, if you disable, if you add dynamic validation, if you change the value, everything happening on the form, this event will trigger. Okay. I don't know the exact version name. Somewhere we got it. I think 16 or 17 we got it. Or 18 or 19. I need to check. Let's ask this key. Which Angular version we got form event on reactive form? It's not that much important that you should understand. No Angular 17 from events. it is saying that it doesn't exist. Okay, ChatGPT doesn't have knowledge of this. Or is this free version? That's why it might not know. Let's ask the same question in the paid one. This okay, the free model doesn't know like if it exists or not, but it exists. Okay, we have seen that. Now we will ask the same question to the paid one. Hmm, 17. See the difference? With free model, it doesn't understand. You know that how model works? Different models we have, right? How does it work? Why the free version is not aware of this, and why the paid version is aware of this? Hmm. Suraj, do you know? Why the free version is not aware of this and the paid version is aware of this? Because here in the paid version, we get access to the 5.2 plus, right? Here we don't have that. The older version is there. This is not aware like this thing exists, and in paid version it is aware like this thing exists, and we got from Angular 17. Why? How it might be? It doesn't know. The older model doesn't know, and it knows. Hmm. Anyone?
New version, updated version. That's why you know.
That's not the only explanation. But I'm asking from an AI perspective, ki that model doesn't know, and this model 5.2 knows it. How?
It's train on that data, right? More.
Hmm.
They don't have the more information.
They maintain their own database for different ones.
No, they don't maintain the database. See, the free version, okay, this is for free everyone. They cannot have everything, right? So consider models. I also don't know that much technical, but just overall, I will try to explain you. So this older version, what was the last date this got released? It knows till then only. Getting it? Whenever this model was released, it whatever the information it had, whatever the date it was released, it knows till that only. After that, what new things are there, it won't understand. Means if you ask it to check the latest, then it will try to find it from the Google. Again, it will do the Google, like how we do. Okay, let's try. Now, if I ask it key specifically, check Angular 17 feature, we got this in 17 version. Now it will look for the internet. It will search on the internet. Now, then it will get it. Getting it? So when you directly ask the prompt, it will check from his data only. If this were at that time, when whatever the information it had at that time, it was there or not. Okay. But
So what will happen if you close this browser and ask the question again?
if we don't provide the context, now in our history for this particular user, we have specified this. So now it will explain the same thing. Yeah, we got it in the 17 because now that this information, it got fed to that model. See, every time you search something, if in his history, that information is not there, it will say whatever it has. But if you mention like check the latest information, then it will do the Google. You know that how perplexity work. How does perplexity model works? Anyone knows little bit at least? Perplexity and ChatGPT, how both works? Does they work the same? Perplexity. Anyone have used or no? First of all, I think no one has used. So their model behaves very different. What Google does, okay? It will search all the website and everything. It will gather the responses and then it will put it out there. The website links. But what Perplexity does, it will search all the website, it will gather the data, and it will represent all the data properly. You don't have to manually click on the website, and you don't have to go and read that. Whatever you need, it will go through all the website, and it will read the data, and it will provide you in a proper readable way. Okay, but ChatGPT, it doesn't actually go to the all the website and search the data. It has that data. Getting it? It has all that model data in here itself. It always doesn't go to the internet and search all the data. Okay, but as here we said, ki, yeah, in Angular 17, then it got to the internet and find out like if this was there or not in 17. Understood? But the updated one, it is constantly learning. Okay, so even if you ask about the Angular 21, still it knows, because it is, that I also don't know. Some word is there, which a model which is constantly learning. Some thinking or something is there. What that model name is there? Thinking or something is there. A model which is constantly learning. The older model is not constantly learning. Whatever information was fed, it will store that. If extra information you add, again it will store that. But it is not learning constantly. It is not updating its model constantly. But the thinking model, it updates its learning constantly. It is that process is continuously going on. Are you able to relate? I don't know the technical words here. Okay. So right now, interviewer and everyone, I have faced this question, that in Copilot we have different models. Where is Copilot?
And Chetan, and ChatGPT, whatever you feed that, and it is not in paid version, but you have already, they have already known about that. After that,
Yeah,
they
again,
don't.
if you ask me, now it has that information. But again, it is not guaranteed that if you open a new chat, again, it will say like form event doesn't exist. If you use the same chat, it will understand. Getting it? But if you
He,
open the new chat, again, it might not know this form event exists or not.
by default, he know he
It doesn't
don't.
know. By default, it doesn't know, because when this model was released, Angular 17 was not there, I think. Okay. So it doesn't know what new things are there. But if you ask while writing, if you ask specifically what are the current news, obviously it will go to the internet and find the latest information.
After ask, they don't learn about yourself.
Right. When you ask it, then it might go to the internet. How that perplexity work, it will behave the same then. But if you just ask something and you don't mention like current or latest or use internet, it won't use the latest data. It won't do the internet search. Whatever the information it has fed, it will search from that only.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine, but he's not learning.
It's not learning. Whatever information it has, it is limited to that only. It's not constantly learning. Otherwise, obviously, someone might have asked this question. Na? If it is constantly learning, it might have that information already, right? So this is not a learning model. Whatever the information has fed, it works on that only.
And paid version is
Paid
learning.
version, it's a thinking model. I don't know the right term, but it thinking or something is there. Okay. So here, now again, this is also our free version. So here you can see GPT-4.1, GPT 4.5, Mini, Cloud Haiku. Again, so many different models are there. So to add premium model, now it will navigate. Okay. Let's see what models we get. See, Cloud Sonnet, Gemini, GPT-5. These are the new premium models, and so many models are there. Okay. Each model has different way of performing. Okay. Whatever the models are over here now, each has different purposes. When to use which? If you have some very complex complex operation to be performed, so you will go for Sonnet. This one. Okay. If you have a very complex operation and it's going to need some time, so you will go for Sonnet. Okay. But if your task is very simple. You just want some design, so you can use any of this model. So if they are asked, I was going for 9+, so they asked me, no one will ask you, okay? But moving ahead after 1 or 2 years, AI will be like every day they will ask. Now also some companies are doing like that. You don't have to write the code. Write the basic code by using Copilot or anything only. They are asking like that. Consider like after 2 years, when we are familiar with writing this much, then interview question will come like this also. Which model you will use? If this is the scenario, which model you will use? Because how you are using model, even if you have a paid in paid also you have a limit. If you purchase the paid also, in paid also there is a limit. So you cannot ask the same thing multiple times. You should be careful which model to use for which your query. Okay. So right now, okay, it's you don't understand, but at least have it. What is happening in AI? I also don't know that much, but at least something, that YouTube videos you get according to some LinkedIn post you get. Try to read it out. Have some. You don't need to understand everything, but at least know what things are happening. Okay, understood? Fine.
Yes, sir.
Anyone? Quick question. Good to close then today. In
Sir,
evening we
his
will connect for
yesterday
closing.
evening record was uploaded.
Yeah, I will share that.
Okay.
Okay. So today we will complete our enrollment and session. We will try to start 2 module. We will try for today because tomorrow I have to leave for Pune. Weekly once I have to visit office Friday. So Thursday I will be traveling, and again Friday I will be traveling. So Thursday, Friday in evening we won't be having session. Okay, and Friday morning also because I will be traveling back. So Saturday we will be connecting now. Friday morning we won't have the session, so we will have Saturday morning session. And Thursday and Friday evening we won't have the session. So we have to cover that in Saturday, Sunday for some days. Okay. Fine. So today evening we will connect. But till now, like we will move toward the enrollment and the session recording, right? So try to complete whatever we have done till now. Forget about Authguard, but try to complete the pages like login page, batch page, and the candidate page. These 3 pages you should complete. Let it be edit and delete. You don't complete is okay, but at least add and the get part you should complete so that you will be able to understand how your project is shaping. Okay. Fine.
Yes. Chetan, I think that yesterday we discussed about the edit
Yes,
issue.
share
So
it if you have it running. Hmm.
so here, some record editing,
Hmm.
that data is not there.
Okay,
So
open, show me the edit function.
and second time it is there, but it is previous one.
Previous one. Okay, got it. Show me package.json first. Angular 21 is there, na?
Yes.
Go back to your component now.
This is the edit.
So see, what is happening? On click of, okay, now remove this function. API call code, you remove it. Comment it. Whole API code, 73 to 84. Comment it. Comment it. Now go to the HTML. No, HTML, dot
Sir.
HTML. And pass the whole object instead of ID in edit. Oh, you are passing the whole object. Okay, go back to the .ts. Okay. So now after the 72 line number, write this dot new object is equal to result dot item. Sorry, this dot new object is equal to item. whatever the complete, no,
Oh,
is equal to item. Whatever the object you get, that directly assign. You are not making the API call now. Okay, save it and check it now. It will work. Click on it. Okay, you need to change that flag also, na model pop-up. Where is that? This function also you need to call. Open model. Open model. Line number 80. This node open model.
where is 18? This one.
Copy that and paste it over there. Save it and check it. Now it is coming.
Yes.
Why it is coming and why it was not coming earlier? Anyone? Why previously it was not coming on the first time and why it is coming now? Anyone? We have seen this, if you remember. See, when you have a API call, this is asynchronous code. Yes or no?
Yes.
This is asynchronous code. Na? Same thing. In
Yes,
GET
yes.
API, the page load API, when you have the GET API, if you go with the normal variable, UI was not showing the data into the table. That's why we have gone with your signal. Then it was showing. So if this line number 80, 79, you are updating the new employee object by using the API call data. So this is asynchronous code. So UI won't understand, right? But if you are directly assigning it, that normal click event, synchronous code is there. So UI will reflect. So you need to create a one more signal and signal value you need to change in subscribe. And that, that edit or something, sometimes we have done, we just created one more flag and then that flag got, we changed the signal over here. Okay. You're getting it? Let me share. We have done that.
Yes.
Which was the component? Vendor master, I think.
Last time in table is
Somewhere we did that.
Hmm.
When same issue we also face. User or somewhere we did that. See, this signal we created. No. Anyone remember which component we did or in the project we did? Employee app.
I think vendor.
No, in vendor it is not there. See, basically what you need to do in click on in edit function, you have to create a signal. Okay. In edit function, you will store something, edit mode or that model also. You can use that model thing also. You just need one variable, one signal, and if that signal value get changed, if signal value get changed, your UI will update automatically. Okay. If you are on click of edit, if you are making the API call, all the code is asynchronous. Asynchronous code won't be reflected by the UI because it is a zoneless app. So you have to create a signal and on click of edit in success call, in your subscribe call, you need to change that signal. Okay. Once the signal values will change, UI will update. Try it. Okay.
Okay.
Remaining also should face the same issue. If some means he has done the API call, you might not have done the API call on click of edit. Do the API call on click of edit. You will face the same issue. Okay. Mohammed, clear? Try that.
Yes.
Create
Yes.
a signal.
Hmm.
Let's say edited, which record you are editing. Just store that name, batch name you are editing, and show that batch name in the model pop-up also. And use that signal. Okay.
Oh.
It will work.
Understood.
Okay. Fine. So some in batch page you might have in click of edit directly you are passing the item, but in candidate pass the candidate ID and make that get API call, get candidate by ID. You will face this issue what Mohammed is facing. Okay. Fine. Let's connect in evening. Thank you all.
Thank you.